Good morning, aamuyö, morning, night, night, morning. Modern Operating Systems by Andrew Tanenbaum, Chapter 1, Introduction, page 2. A layer of primitive software that directly controls these devices and provides a cleaner interface to the next layer is called the microprogram, and it is software and is usually located in read-only memory ROM. It is actually an interpreter fetching the machine language instructions such as add, move, and jump and carrying them out as a series of little steps. To carry out an add instruction, for example, the microprogram must determine where the numbers to be added are located, fetch them and then add them and store the result somewhere. The set of instructions that the microprogram interprets defines the machine language, which is not really part of the hard machine at all, but computer manufacturers always describe it in their manuals as such, so many people think of it as being the real machine. On some machines, the microprogram is implemented in hardware and is not really a distinct layer. The machine language typically has between 50 and 300 instructions, mostly for moving data around the machine, doing arithmetic and comparing values. In this layer, the input-output devices are controlled by loading values into special device registers. For example, a disk can be commanded to read by loading the values of the disk address, main memory address, byte count, and direction, read or write, into its registers. In practice, many more parameters are needed and the status returned by the drive after an operation is highly complex. Furthermore, for many input-output devices, timing plays an important role in the programming. A major function of the operating system is to hide all this complexity and give the programmer a more convenient set of instructions to work with. For example, read block from file is conceptually simpler than having to worry about the details of moving disk heads, waiting for them to settle down, and so on. On top of the operating system is the rest of the system software. Here we find the command interpreter shell, compilers, editors, and similar application independent programs. It is important to realize that these programs are definitely not part of the operating system, even though they are typically supplied by the computer manufacturer. This is a crucial but subtle point. The operating system is that portion of the software that runs in kernel mode or supervisor mode. It is protected from user tampering by the hardware, ignoring for the moment some of the older microprocessors that do not have hardware protection at all. Compilers and editors run in user mode. If a user does not like a particular compiler, he or she is free to write his own if he so chooses. He is not free to write his own disk interrupt handler, which is part of the operating system and is normally protected by hardware against attempts by users to modify it. I don't know if that is true nowadays. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. Ew. Or maybe I am ew. Finally, above the system programs come the application programs. These programs are written by the users to solve their particular problems, such as commercial data processing, engineering calculations, or gameplay. Thank you.